Well, hello, boys and girls, again to Thought TV. Thought Benic Firebeard here for another chat about the PlayStation 4 mods and Skyrim Special Edition. You are looking right now at the the shopping page for the basic Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, and I will explain why I've got that on my screen in a moment. But first, what's this video about? When I made the last video, it was that I gave you all the information I had as I understood it at that time. We've now got more information. I know most things, so I thought so many people have watched the other video, I should update and let you know what we know, facts we know. Um, yeah, the information comes from the lots of sources on the internet, like Twitter and different websites, and some of it's gossip and some of it's not, and so on. So I've gathered what I could find together, and I will let you know now what I know. Okay. Now this I think is new today. I think, and it is the size limit for the mods. So this is when you want to have mods on your console, you have to add together the size of each mod, and it's a certain number of megabytes or gigabytes or whatever, and they must not total more than 1 gigabyte on the PlayStation 4 and 5 gigabytes on the Xbox One, which is not as bad as it sounds given the current restrictions on mods for the PlayStation 4. That I think 1 gigabyte, maybe 2, maybe 3 would be better, but 1 gigabyte you can get a lot into that. Xbox One needs 5 gigabytes because you've got meshes and textures and stuff. Okay, and we have information now about exactly which assets are limited, because we got a very vague sort of thing saying, yeah, assets, you can only use assets which are already in the game to create mods for the PlayStation 4. But then it got a bit wishy-washy as to what is an asset and what isn't. So I had to try and figure that out from the bit things already in the game. Yeah. But it seems there are some things which I previously believed you could not create, which you can, and more. So let's have a look at that. Some good news, some bad. No, some good news, some confirmation. Let's say that. So this is what happened. This is, look, what have we got? Twitter. I think the second one was Twitter. Next one, Bethesda blog. Next one, newspaper website, I think. Next one, Twitter. So this is how information comes in. So it started off, and with Pete Hines is like the boss for Bethesda. Okay, so he said that the PlayStation 4 mods will only use the files that come with the game and its DLC. So to me, that was scripts, quests and stuff. You can't add new ones and things like that. But it seems now that it's a little not quite as simple as that thing he said. Because this is what I mean. He gives us little bits of information all the time. So asked what Bethesda meant by internal and external assets, he said that PlayStation 4 mods support using the files that come with the game and DLC. Now that's a repeat of what you see above. He added, you cannot create new art assets, new audio files, etc. It's kind of handy, but then art asset, I suppose that message and textures, we knew that. New audio files, etc. Whatever, etc. it means. So it's still a bit vague. And then we get you will not be able to upload external assets with your PlayStation 4 mods, which is repeating again for the third time. But you will be able to use any assets that come with the game, blah blah blah. So this is the same. So he keeps repeating the same thing. Now, is external assets the mod itself? No. An external asset is something like a piece of art or a sound file. He does like those, doesn't he? That the mod might add that isn't in the game or DLC. So maybe you might think, take a sound file, change it, put it back. That's not adding to the game. It's replacing, it's modifying the game. Maybe. Well, we'll come to that. Now he has said, I think this is like maybe a week ago, but I've been in hospital and missed a bit, so I think it's not today anyway. So he tweeted, it's very simple. If it fits in a plugin file, brackets ESP, it's fine. If it requires a BSE file, it's introducing an asset, and it isn't. And it's kind of like the sky's opened. That tells me, I think, everything. But this information, you can see it comes in a bit from here, a bit from there all the time. Some of it just comes from gossip, and you have to try and figure out what's right and what's wrong. Now, I'm just going to touch on this. This says Fallout 4, but it could be Skyrim, okay? And will you be able to make cheat mods? Now, what he refers to as a cheat mod in his mind, it's like you you grab a chest, you fill it with ebony armor or something, and then drop it on Riverwood. So when you start the game, you can wear ebony armor. Okay, it's that sort of stuff. And so he's saying, yeah, you can do that because that's just existing stuff, and why not? Okay. What can be used to create for anything that only uses or reuses assets from the game or DLC? I was just repeating what I said earlier, so ignore that. So, right, that's my notes. Now, what first? Okay, creation of mods. You know, they've said you can have the creation kit and make mods on your PC. You can't run the creation kit on PlayStation 4 or the Xbox. Well, that was always thought of like it's €60 for Skyrim Special Edition, or $60 or whatever it is. €60 for me. So it's a lot of money. No, and I don't know why this didn't occur to me before. This is rather cool. €15, which is like I think it's probably £15 as well. But I don't know what it translates to, about £12 and dollars. I get lost. So wonderful. You don't have to pay. Here it is, €45 for that's the cost of not special edition but Skyrim. You can buy just Skyrim for €15 and mod it. All it means is you can't have assets, objects, things, sounds, whatever from the Dawnguard from the DLCs, but that's not the end of the world. There's tons of stuff in the Skyrim data files. In fact, when I create mods, I try not all of my mods, but a lot of them that I like only use the Skyrim data file, so that if a person only owns the Skyrim, the main one, they can still use my mods. They don't have to go off looking somewhere else. It's not such a big deal. For €15 you can make mods. So this guy, he has said that we can make mods using and upload them if they only have an ESP file. We can't upload the BSA file, and I'll show you what that is. These are BSA files. They are the ones that come with Skyrim. Okay, they include, this is all sound stuff. Okay, so he said something about sound, so about not adding sound to the game, but we also cannot I couldn't edit whatever that is, that sound, and replace what is in the game with my sound, because I can't upload it to the Bethesda net. Over here are scripts. They are like little mini program things that run in the background, And last time I said stuff like they can be used. Well, let's find it. See if I can see an example of one. No, probably not. No, I can't see anything. I don't know. It is difficult to see off the top of my head. I should have looked before, maybe. But yeah. So anyway, a script. Yeah. Rotating door puzzle. So anyway, yeah, it turns lights on and off and stuff like that. Okay, so there we are. Some spells contain scripts, but generally they don't. This is the default stuff. That's actually a bit of a blow. So we can add all this music stuff and sounds, and that includes voices. We can't add scripts. We can't add textures. We know that. This is, I don't know. I still don't know what this is. What does it say? Blackreach? I don't know. Anyway, scripts. So we cannot upload scripts as part of a mod to BethesdaNet for the PlayStation 4. Alright? These are the BSA files he refers to. Now, let's close these. And I'm going to move over to here, because what he has said is we can upload ESP files. I'm going to open the creation kit because I want to show you something. Oh yeah, this is what we use to edit things, and I'm just going to load the Skyrim data file. Now, what's that? I don't need that open. What we are looking at here, Armor Orcish, is only a plugin file. That's because the Skyrim has lots of bugs in it. Yeah, you're really loving it now, aren't you? So it's still loading the file. Sorry about this. So it's an ESP, so you could have that. Oh, and here it is. Right. So let's have a look at Orc Armor, and I'll show you, sort of show you what I did. Orc. Oh, here we are. Orcish. All right. So we'll take the helmet as an example. Okay, and if you look here, it says weight 8, and it's light armor or heavy armor. So all I did for mine, I made light armor, and I gave it a new name, and I clicked on OK. So I'm going to put sword on the end, or probably the beginning, and then clicked OK, and this, and you can see there's a new item, yeah, but it's light armor. I sort of did that. I edited lots of other stuff as well, but there's no scripts in there, and it works. So that's what this is. That's what this is, as is this. This is Nordic armor, and I've just changed it to light armor and made it weaker. So you can have that if you want to. This is a settlement, an orc settlement, if you've seen those before. Now this one has a BSA file, but contained within, that's a dirty edit that needs to be removed, but I'm always editing stuff, so okay. Meshes and textures, that's why I can't upload this one. But if I look at this, this is meshes for actors' faces and textures for actors' faces, because there's a bug in the game. It's called the grey face bug, and basically it means something like if you create a custom NPC, there is a possibility, and only a possibility, that it will, when you go up and you talk to him, he's just going to have a grey face with no textures on it, yeah, and probably a default face, I think. But if you upload the mesh and the textures as well, which is what these are, you don't have that bug. But I can give you the whole thing, just using the ESP file. Okay, so you can have that one. So you can see it's starting to look better because I modified a piece of armor. You can only modify one of these though. What I can do is change anything you see here. I can add scripts to it. I'm going to get another error message now, but there has to be one of these. These are the scripts that come with the game. I'm not going to run through them and give examples and stuff, because this is like the short version of my explanation. So yeah, I can use these, but that's all. Okay. So great. I can do stuff. I can edit various properties of armor, orc armor. I can change sounds for stuff, but there isn't one. So okay. Armor that at the moment I can't wear. So I don't know. Some of the armor you see it around. You see characters wearing it, but you can't wear it. All you got to do is click tick playable, and you can. So you could do stuff like that, but it's a lot more things you have to do. But that you get an idea of sort of things that can be given to you. There are a lot of scripts that we can use, but they're all these. They're all the game scripts. Not. Have I got any mods in my data folder here? No. Okay. Yeah. Sort of thing that wouldn't work. Oh, quests. Now you can be given quests. Oh, tell you what first. Followers. You can have followers. But if you have a follower, you can't have with it anything much that's custom. Okay? So it has to look like one of the default NPCs, edited a bit to make it look like he's got a different face or different hairstyle. As long as it's from the default thing, that's fine. And you can make that one so you can have a follower, but you can't have a custom voice for him, and you cannot have scripts for him. And a lot of the sort of most popular followers have scripts, so and meshes you can. Some of them. So can't use those, but you can have followers. I've got a follower. I did it as a joke, but people seem to use it. It's ignore most of the files here. This is something to do with uploading to the workshop, Steam Workshop. It's what those are. This one and this one. Okay, this file does contain something. It's a dirty edit. That's got to come out. So I would just delete that file, upload that one, and you've got a follower. Okay, who's a hag raven, but you've got a follower. So there's a thing you can have, but let me see if I can find one. Find it. I'm looking. There's like a thing for patrols. You get soldiers who patrol Skyrim, fighting each other and stuff like that. And suddenly, I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's important to say. I think it's this one. Immersive patrols. You could have that, but look, meshes and textures. And oh, by the way, this one, but it's Greyface again. Yeah. So in theory, yeah, you could have that. I think the reason you don't see a BSA file is creating one is a bit like WinZip or something like that, in the simplest explanation. So the author of this one hasn't zipped them up, so they're there, but yeah. So if I don't use use that one, in theory I could use that one. But here's the thing: now this one was last modified in April 2015, a year and a half ago. He hasn't updated it since. So the possibility of him uploading it to BethesdaNet so you can download it are a bit low. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but it just means probably you won't get it. But that's just what happens with a game, isn't it? You get a game, new game, mods come out, but they're at the beginning, they're simple mods, very slow coming, and all that. Okay. Same with immersive NPCs, and there's some others, and I don't think you'll get those. But one thing I mentioned as well, sorry if I'm jumping around a bit, there's is one, for example. Moon Path to Elsewhere. It's a very well-known quest mod. Unfortunately, you've got textures in there, and they're essential to the mod. So you would not be able to have that quest mod, although quests can be created. This, I mean, you can see that it contains things which are not in the ESP file. We can't upload it. I would ask you to respect mod authors and the work that they have done. Some mods, I mean, Moonpath to Elsewhere, for example, must take hundreds of hours. So please respect them with what you do. That is something that Bethesda are insisting upon, that mods you upload, you make them if you want to upload them. You cannot upload somebody else's mod. Okay? So you cannot edit Moonpath to Elsewhere and upload it as yours. Basically, that's the idea. Okay? Now, I'm going to explain something. If this is a mod now, okay, we'll just say that. If I click on the file menu, I've got upload active plugin and archive to Steam, and I do that, and I get it's a bit more in it than that, but that's basically part of the thing for uploading it to Steam, the Steam Workshop. The PlayStation 4 Skyrim Special Edition Creation Kit, this thing, it's specifically for that, and it's in closed beta testing. We'll have file, probably not create archive, because the archive is the BSA file, but it should have upload it to Bethesda.net. And any mod that is opened in the creation kit, you can do that. So I would ask you not to take any credit or claim that a mod is yours, but I believe you can upload mods as being hidden private mods. So that is how you would transfer your personal mods from your PC to your PlayStation 4. You have to upload them from your PC to Bethesda.net, and then go to your PlayStation 4 and download them from Bethesda.net onto your PlayStation 4. If that happens to be Moonpath to Elsewhere without textures for things, then well, it's up to you. But you won't do that, and I'm going to tell you not to. So then you cannot have scripts. A lot of these things, I'm going to find one. I'll show you one more example. It's the D, maybe? Dark Brotherhood? No. Oh, I thought it was Dark Brotherhood Forever or something. I don't know. There's a well-known quest mod which will not be able to use it on the PlayStation 4, and it's another one. The big quest mods tend to include a script or a mesh or texture or something. A lot of them. So you're not going to be able to have those. But it doesn't mean you will be. Oh, there it is. This one, look. You've got sound, scripts, meshes, and textures. So all of that you can't have. So you cannot have the Dark Brotherhood Resurrection Part 1. You can't have that mod. Okay, a lot of people get bugged out with it anyway, so maybe it's not such a bad thing. Let me just have a quick look. Is there anything else? No. So if you want to pay out fork out €15, buy just Skyrim. This is free. The creation kit is free, so you can watch some tutorials and stuff. You can create your own mods if that's what you want to do. I don't know. It's up to you. But it's kind of good news. So I can make an NPC. So yeah. So I'm going to buy the. I'm going to buy the Skyrim Special Edition for the PlayStation 4. got it on the PC, or will have on the PC. But I'll buy it for the PlayStation 4 as well, and I'm going to make mods for the PlayStation 4, and upload them to Bethesda Net, because I don't know who's going to do that, and I don't think a lot of people will be doing it. So you might as well have some of mine. I'm going to start off with maybe I've got one that puts merchants in every inn and gives them loads of money to buy stuff from you, which, if you know the game, finding a merchant with money to buy stuff from you, or with plenty of things to sell you, is a pain in the neck. But these guys in the inns will have lots of everything, so, well, kinda. It's not OP or that stuff, but, so I don't know, I'll give you that. I've got mercenaries, Skyrim Mercenaries, I think it's called. Puts mercenaries in settlements. Well, it just helps defend quest givers. Something like that, with some less, a couple of mercenaries hanging around Riverwood, and maybe some mercenaries just wandering around so the roads aren't empty and that sort of thing. Might do a couple of things like that don't take too much time, because I'm very busy. But yeah, I'll buy it and I'll upload some stuff, and you can ignore it. Be nice if at least one person downloaded it. So, so yeah, you'll see me on Bethesda Net whenever they finish the testing of the new version of or the specific version of the creation kit. Okay. So I hope I've covered everything. Enjoy Skyrim. The mods will be sadly lacking a lot. I hope you get a lot of mods. I don't know who's going to upload them, so who's going to pay the €15, or I don't know. Maybe somebody already owns Skyrim and they're buying it for the PlayStation 4 like me. Who knows? So good luck with the mods you're going to get. 1 week to go. I think it's 1 week today. Today being Friday. So good luck with that. See you in the game or in Bethesda Net. And I'm really waffling. So click on like if you like watching this. Maybe you want to see stuff like mod reviews. Let me know. And or tutorials even, I suppose, as long as it's doesn't take too long. Also, and what else? Subscribe. I'll be starting a playthrough of Skyrim Special Edition on the day of release or the day after. So if you want to see what the game looks like, you can pop over and have a look then. Subscribe and I'll be easier to find. So go hit those buttons down below, say hello in the comments section, and enjoy the game. There it is. Goodbye.